Hello everyone, my name is Li Yingpeng and here is my team members Guangyang Chen and Yiyun Wang. Today we are going to analyze a field joint venture and use the knowledge we have learned from chapter 8 to produce some suggestions.
Next. Hello everyone. Today I will introduce an overview of this case. The background of two companies. Nora is a Malaysian company that is a distributor of broadband facilities manufacturing. Sakari is a Finnish conglomerate, was a leader in the manufacture and deployment of mobile broadband network infrastructure. Nora, working with Sakari, can achieve technological growth while Sakari acquires knowledge and opens up the Malaysian market. Another important reason for the cooperation was that Nora needed to deliver the base and signal station on time to get the big order for TMB, but the negotiations encountered these problems. Next. Sakari proposed an equity split of 49% for Sakari and 51% for Nora. Nora, on the other hand, proposed a 30% Sakari and 70% Nora split. Nora's proposal was based on the common practice in Malaysia as a result of historical foreign equity regulations set by the Malaysian government that allowed a maximum of 30% foreign equity ownership, unless the company would export a certain percentage of its products. Sakari was concerned about its ability to control the accessibility of its technology to Nora and about decisions concerning the activities of the JV as a whole. Sakari proposed to provide the joint venture with the basic structure of the SK10 base station. On the other hand, Nora proposed that the basic structure of the SK10 base station be developed at the joint venture company. Next. Sakari proposed a royalty payment of 5% of the joint venture gross sales, while Nora proposed a payment of 2% of net sales. An added argument raised by the Nora negotiators in support of a 2% royalty was that Sakari would receive benefits from the joint venture's access to Japanese technology used in manufacturing antennae and amplifiers. They agreed to attribute in the event of a future dispute, but disagree on the place where the dispute will be settled. Since Nora will be the majority stakeholder in the joint venture, Nora insists that any arbitration should be conducted in KL. Sakari insisted on arbitration in Helsinki. At the end of the 5-day negotiations, many issues were not resolved. Next. According to this chart, we can see that there are 6 key success factors for cross-cultural partnerships. Today, in the case of failure of cooperation analyzed, it can be seen that the key to success lies in the complementarity of company culture, the compatibility of strategic goals, and the commitment of both parties. In the second meeting, we can see that the company culture is different. Nora attaches great importance to humility, but the people in the Sakari team are somewhat arrogant. Actually, the Finns are described as rather reserved, conservative, and serious people. They do not easily chat with other strangers. Furthermore, they have a strong love for nature and they have the tendency to be silent as they observe their surroundings. Unfortunately, others tend to view such behaviors as cold and serious. Next.
So, compatibility of strategic goals are to help the stability of the long-term cooperation between the two parts by ensuring that the goals of potential partners are consistent by their own goals. Until the end of the 5-day negotiation, the compatibility of their strategic goals has been the lowest compatibility reference to build the mutually beneficial cooperation relationships between companies through agreements reached, reached in advance, but they have never been able to obtain a unified opinion on the company's equity, location, royalties, and 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 arbitration. Each part hopes to make more money and reduce costs, but no one is willing to make concession when discussing the distribution. For example, Scary proposed to pay 5% of the total sales of the joint venture, but Nora wants to pay 2% of the net sales. Next. Commitment of both partners. It can be seen from the distribution of equity that the commitment of both parties are not ones of choice. In the case, it was start that after Scary gave Nora multiple shares. Scary linked control over the decision making of joint venture activities. Nora expressed consent about Scary's ability to control the joint venture. Therefore, on the basis of not having any trustworthy commitment to each other, this greatly increase the likelihood that the two companies will not be able to cooperate successfully. Next. So this case, we calculate 5 strategies can help them increase the probability of successful negotiation. First one, we must build a long-term relationship. A good long-term relationship can bring both parties more profitable long-term resource. Second one, pay attention to personal goals and interests. People need to understand the positions and the interests of both sides, so that you can know why the amount you want to doesn't match the other part's hope. Then avoid cultural generalization, because different countries have different culture, and each person has different characters. Fourth, be sensitive to timing and trying to solve all problems as quickly as possible at the right time. Finally, the negotiator must listen more carefully and flexible, because there will be a lot of information and opportunities in the meeting, and they can help the negotiate to seize the opportunities. Next.
Okay, here's the hosted cultural dimensions. It's obvious that the power distance of Malaysia is 100, but in Finland it's 33. It means Malaysia must prefer centralized decision making. But in Finland, considerative and calculative leaders are much preferred. Another important part is about the self-promotion and the group promotion, individualism. Finland is 63 and the Malaysia is 26. Malaysia much prefer one group well-being compared to Finland prefer self-promotion. Back to the case, it's why Nora has some issues about the leadership, and when they meeting with Zachary, and they have the problem. So here's my recommendation. Firstly, the company can consider about setting up a meeting with another companies like Samsung. So Nora can consider about Samsung, and moreover, this action can give some pressure to the Zachary. Zachary will realize that they are not the only one option, and they do have the competitors. Secondly, the complementary value creating resources, providing a specific benefit to Zachary. Let's make Zachary realize that they want the knowledge and the market share in Asia, and Nora wants their technology. So it's a win-win business. And thirdly, they have the same targets. They all want the new company to be profitable, and they all want to open the Asian market and to be better, to be growth. And I think the last one is making Zachary understand Nora should there a lot of pressure, and Nora has a strong commitment. Just like the theory, the company needs a strong commitment to stay a healthy relationship with their partner. So there, in the case, Zachary used to have business in Malaysia, but they screwed up. The customer doesn't trust Zachary. When Nora said they want to cooperate with Zachary, the customer was shocked. So let Zachary realize this is an opportunity to earn the confidence back, to earn some loyalty customer, to change the first expression in the customer in Malaysia. And what should the leader learn from this case? I think the leader should understand this successful global partnership is hard because of the different characters and different cultures. So firstly, the manager should realize choosing a right partner is important. Because if you choose a wrong partner, like Nora, now if Nora wants to change the partner, it will consume a lot of time and money. They have already met each other for 3 times with Zachary. So if they want to change it, it's all just in one. Secondly, the manager should plan carefully. To see a healthy and stable relationship, the manager should plan the meeting carefully. In the case, I think Zachary and Nora did a good job. They both bring Muslim to the meeting to avoid some cultural differences. Thirdly, you need to listen to your partner carefully and listen more than you speak, because only you know what they want. You can know what you can offer to them, what level you can offer to them, and only you listen to what they want, you will know whether you can satisfy them or whether what part you need to give in. Last but not least, looking for the long-term relationship. Not only for the short-term relationship, it will only cost the time and money. So, like in the case, Nora should looking for the long-term relationship, both Nora and Zachary, because the Asian market is a big part in the world, and it has a lot of market. To earn the market share, they can work together. It's a win-win. So if they look for the long-term relationship, they will give in some to their partner to instead of arguing with each other, so they can have the bigger market share in the future. That's for our presentation. Thank you for listening.